Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another smartphone couch video. You're probably like, hey, we like Car Rom better. Okay, but Rom Wills. Rom Wills. Got stuff to do. I got a life, y'all. Sometimes I can't hit the gym at the regular time, or I gotta hit it in the afternoon or something like that. I got a lot of stuff to do today. But a man's body is the best bait to attract a woman. And I'm one of the things by my training, I just don't say something without being able to back it up. Here's the thing, and here's my argument for why the body is the best bait. First of all, let's be clear. Let me knock out the other stuff first, the other arguments. Then I'll explain why I promote body game so much, why it's the best bait. Now, other things can work, of course, but I'm saying the best bait, right? And first, let me knock out the other ones. First of all, a lot of there probably be some guys in the comments. Well, it's just the face. It's just the face. Yeah, but women are funny about faces. Like I shared that Nephew Tommy video where the women had said, if they had a choice between smart and ugly or, beautiful and dumb, which one would they take? Then most of them said smart and ugly. Even the one who said she'd take a beautiful guy, she said that was just smart, short term. See, understand something with the face, though. It don't turn a woman on sexually. It don't turn a woman on sexually. Because they looking at the man's body to be turned on sexually. I'm going to get deeper into that. But with the face, women are funny. Because if a man look, like I said, most women prefer to be the better looking one. And a lot of women will calmly say if that dude look too good, he going to be in the mirror more than them. And indeed, a lot of women, if a dude look too good, they question if he even likes women. So it's deep. And then a lot of times, let's be real, and I talked about this in that video, how attractive women respond to select and non-select men. I'll put a link for that in the description box. It already be a link, but I'll put a specific link for that. And I talked about a lot of nice guys who women have told me, one in particular I knew real well, and all these women said, oh, he looks good, but he was still a nice guy. But according to some guys who say, oh, it's just face, he should be making out like a bandit. And indeed, when I was doing all those handsome man videos, the guys were saying the same thing. Yeah, women were telling them that they were handsome, but they were having trouble. But it's very, very, very rare. I've seen a guy said he had a muscular body or, had a good body. And he complained about women not giving him any attention. Now, I'm going to say it's rare because nothing's perfect. But women are funny with faces. And then also women, one of the things, and I got to point this out because I saw a video, I should have saved it. I saw this on like if I'm on my phone and I'm like just scrolling through some stuff, I'll see a random video, but I didn't save it. It was this young boy. He was showing like all these girls, different young girls, pictures of these models, all models. And only one set of the girls rated the models as above a 5. So one of the things in like you got all these channels trying to talk about PSL gods and all of that, but what women consider attractive in a man's face ain't what men consider attractive. And a lot of times it's never just the face. Many women say they like a little bit of ugly or medium ugly or something like that. And of course, yeah, there gonna be some women say that dude gotta be drop dead gorgeous. But there's the thing with women, regardless of what they feel about a man's face, that typically don't get them wet. And I'm going to get more into that wetness in a bit, which is why I promote body game. In fact, I even told you, even in my own case, even in my own case. Back before I got into body game, okay, I had the face, and some women say I was handsome. But women said that. Let me be clear on that. Let me be clear. Women. You know, it's kind of funny. You get a guy say, you don't look like all that. I guess I don't appeal to their vagina. So, anyway, you know, face, you know, was a certain thing. But when I got into body game hard, the face didn't change that much at first. And the women were like, boom. Still, they want me hard. It was about the body, right? But anyway, see, women are different about that. But it typically, like a woman, let's in general, a woman could see a handsome guy, and unless he's like on just some super level, and really he got to have that killer body, height, and everything else, because it's always that. He got to have that body. He got to have that body. You know? But if it's just a man's face, they'd be like, oh, he looks cute, and keep it moving. So it can be a decent bait, but I'm saying my argument is, and as I will present, it's even better. Now let's talk about some other things. Of course, you got a lot of guys talking money and status. Okay, it has its place. I've said that. But if you think about in general, how will a woman, if she's walking down the street, tell you got money? I mean, they try to tell, they try to assess how much you're making. They try to check out your shoes, your clothing, all of that. They try to assess it. But the thing is, they really don't. You get some guys who are making minimum wage who, one way or the other, get the most expensive clothing, get sharp clothing and all of that. You know, might find that expensive watch. And in fact, if you know how to shop, you can hit some outlets or something, get stuff like a little bit cheaper. All those polos I got them from outlets. I haven't paid like regular retail price for any of them. You know, I always get them on sale. They already cheap at the outlet. They're already cheap, and then they'll be on sales for even more. So, you know, a polo shirt that might cost $100, I get it for like $50. So anybody else can do that. So that's not a good indication. And in fact, some of the guys who actually legitimately got money, like men who really legitimately got money, a lot of times they don't wear it. They just very plainly, that's been a common meme. So my thing is, a woman can't tell if you got money, and she can't unless people will say status. Okay, you might could talk about status when you're talking online, but contrary to popular belief, a lot of guys who got real status, you're talking professionals, you're talking doctors, lawyers, corporate executives, and stuff who got real status, real power. They not online. They not online, and if they get on some dating site, no, usually if they deal with like something like that, they'll go to a professional matchmaker. They ain't getting on like some regular Tinder or something like that. So, but the bottom line is a woman can't really see that. A woman don't know. She can try to guess. She can try to get a general idea, but that's the most she can do is a general idea. And even then, you can't say it's an automatic draw because a woman, like say she can read a man correctly, tell he got money and stuff. She might also realize she can't get him. You know, I know a bunch of women online that talk about, yeah, he got to have 6 figures and stuff, but I guarantee you present them with some guys, you put them in a room and you certify, you got paperwork and everything, say these guys are making like 6 and 7 figures, and the woman, all of a sudden you'll find out how insecure she is. She'd be afraid to approach him or talk to him. I guarantee you. I'm going to use the word guarantee. So it's like, okay, how much is that a draw? That's intangible. You can't tell. You can't tell. Like, I guarantee this with myself. If somebody tries to say, are you making this? Oh, based off what? I actually had a detractor try to say, oh, you ain't making money. Based on what? Based on what? So you can't really see that. Now you get down to the body. The one thing, and it's going to turn on women for one reason. They lust a man's body. They feel something when they see a man's body. You know? Hell, I've had an occasions where, okay, a woman might see me on here, couple, okay, more than one over the years, just being on here. Okay, mostly y'all see my face and upper body. Every now and then I might do some video working out or something. But I've had several women, even met them in person. They say, wait a minute, you're taller and more muscular than I thought you were. Okay, my face didn't change. All of a sudden they became very interested, you know? Or even out and about. There was like sometimes I remember it was like a local buffet, Asian buffet. And they were real friendly to me and everything. And some women, they actually hooked me up with like privately made desserts and stuff. And there was one, I'll never forget what one in particular did. I came in kind of with a shirt like this. It was warm, it was tight. She was like, oh, muscles. I never forget the look in her eyes, how she was giggling and stuff. See, here's the thing. It's the best bait because women, they feel something, you know? Now, people will say, nah, they don't. Okay, please explain to me the popularity of Magic Mike. And let me shout out D. Because he brought that up it's D with an apostrophe. Exclamation mark, I'm sorry. I shout him out because he had said something about the Magic Mike movies coming out. You know, you got Magic Mike 3. Think about it. You have an industry, like a legitimate industry of male exotic dancers. It's always been there. I mean, they had a couple series of documentary and a series on Hulu about the Chippendales. And that made the originator of the Chippendales was this Indian immigrant. That dude became a millionaire off of it. You know? Well, for one reason. Women go crazy over men's bodies. And anybody who's been in that male exotic dancing field, they'll tell you, they be getting sex. They going crazy. And you get some guys that try to downplay it, say, hold up. You get women who will throw money at a man and would have sex with him. And a lot of those dancers, they strip not just dancing, but a lot of them on some low-key gigolo stuff. I've known some. I've worked out at a gym that had a bunch of male exotic dancers. And I'm an attendant and salesperson sitting at the desk, I'm sitting at the front counter, I'm looking at how the women going crazy. And not even just them, but the other guys. I still remember this one guy. Still never forget this. He looked like a dancer, he really wasn't. He did do some modeling. He's kind of a fitness model. Guys had a specific nickname for him, you know. I look over, I'm at the attendant desk. I look over in the corner of the gym. Calmly walked over there and say, man, can you find a way not to finger fuck this woman on the floor? Okay. Yeah, I think, oh, Rob, that's crazy. Anybody who's worked at a gym has seen some shit. Anybody who's worked at a gym and seen some, I'll say risque things, put a one in the comments. Seriously, you see stuff. You got all these female fitness influencers and stuff trying to like act like some guys, some creeps. Yeah, those are them. You know, some women be coming in there on some other stuff. So you be seeing some stuff. And at that one gym, we had the male exotic dancers. Man, as one of my coworkers called it was a den of iniquity. Because all of them had extra girlfriends, and those girlfriends be married and stuff. Going crazy over these guys' bodies. They be making some money off the bodies. If you talk about gigolos and stuff, what they make their money off of? Their bodies. They making money off of their bodies. Women pay for it. Think about it. Because, look, okay, let's get back to that face argument. If it was just the face, the clubs wouldn't be a man stripping. It'd just be a man just with a regular suit on, making sure his face is right. That's all he would need. You think about it. That's all he would need. He would just have to smile and everything, and the women be like this. He just go up there, not even show his body. He just wear a suit. Think about gigolos. Their main thing is their body. Think about women going on sex tourism. That's why I always say it's hypocritical of women to complain about passport bros. It's very extremely hypocritical, you know? Because at least the passport bros actually might look for relationships. Women be paying straight up for sex tourism. And when they dealing with men in these countries, and these will be American and European women, when they go to Bali, when they going to Jamaica, when they going, shoot, they had to do, in the Gambia, they had to like let them know, they had to kind of outlaw that shit. When you talk about Kenya, shoot, wherever, you know, what they going for, you know, Turkey. These women ain't going just to see some guy smile at them. Those guys got to have a body. They got to have a body. Women will pay for it. So here's the logic that should come from it. Here's the logic that should come from it. If women are willing to pay a man several $1,000s for their bodies, several thousand to have sex with them because of their bodies, you know, cheat on their husbands because of those bodies. In fact, there was some, shout out O'Shea, he was talking about some guy in prison, some dude in prison getting all these women and stuff showing interest. And as soon as I saw it and dude looking all diesel and shit, I said, yeah. Because I never forget, back in the 80s, I was working as a security guard. Anybody know, I always joke about having 1,000 jobs. I did, I hustle, y'all. I hustle. Always did, always had something going. Always. That's just my nature. But I was working as a security guard. Okay, coming off this shift. It was early in the morning. It was over there by Washington, the Metro Center, Metro Station. And, you know, I had to change off, transfer buses to get to where I was going. Didn't have a car at the time. This was 87. It was 1987. All right, so I get to Metro Station, Metro Center Station, and there are like several vans lined up on 12th Street. All the DC people know where I'm talking about, right at Metro Center. They were all going down to Lorton Prison. At the time, the prison for DC was in Lorton, Virginia. And it was a bunch of women. They had miniskirts on and everything. Another security guard getting off his shift, or going to, whatever the case, he saw me, so, you know, he felt like he could just talk to me. He said, yeah, see him? Yeah, they all going down to Lorton. And then he told me to hustle down there. They'll give, like, the guards down at Lorton a certain amount of money to look the other direction. And then the women that come on there, and they might just sit on their man's lap or go in a corner or something. Because he said, yeah, those girls with the mini skirts on, you know, they don't have any drawers on. And why they going down there? Now, a lot of guys will think, oh, yeah, because they like bad boys and anything. It's about the body. In fact, this one dude, that same gym I was at, working at, that had the male exotic dancers, we also had a former Mr. Universe working out there. I mean, who was a trainer there, former Mr. Universe. And I think he was Mr. Universe sometime in the 90s. And I never forget what he said. He said, why you think these women be going down to the prisons? They should. Women love those prison bodies. So think about it. A woman, they will pay a man money for his body. Women will deal with convicted criminals, not because they just like criminals, but because of the body. Because if a man's out, a man could be a corporate executive, and they're going to go crazy for his body. Because at another one of the gyms, we had a ton of attorneys. In fact, at that same gym with the male exotic dancers, we had since I was sales, I got to see, we had routine guys in like about 2006. This 2005, 2006, making six figures. Already making six figures. They had those bodies. When I was doing sales, if it was a woman, all I had to do was walk through the area where the men were working out, because we had like kind of separate areas. Not male and female, but like all the machines were in one area, like the hardcore weights were in the other. And I just walked the woman through there, even though I know they weren't going in there. And then they come back wearing some cat suits. One woman came back wearing some tight suit, makeup, had her perfume on. Or what was she looking for? So it's like, use some lights. It's not about the guys being a criminal or anything, you know. It's about the body. Because that same guy that O'Shea was talking about in that video, I'll put a link to O'Shea. Shout out O'Shea. I'll put a link to that video where he was talking about it. And there's been other videos like that where they talking about that. It's about the body. If you not in prison and you got a regular job, good guy, and you got that body, you gonna get women. I know professionals now. Women going crazy over and stuff. They don't have a criminal record, but they got the body. That's the main thing. And as far as the rest of your face, as long as you keep it up, let the barber bless you and everything, you good to go. But it turns on women. And, you know, I know people say, oh, you're always talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about it because I'm seeing a lot of guys struggling when they could probably do better just hitting the gym, just getting their body good, you know, getting their body as best as possible. And yeah, women like different types, but in general, as long as you keep your stomach under control, you got some muscles on you, because seriously, women go crazy, you good to go. As best as you can. Just get it as best as you can. Women love it. You know, women love it because it puts them into a trance. They feel it. A woman feels a man's body. I mean, seriously, they feel it. Now, I know some guys still want to argue against it, but see, here's the problem with the guys arguing against it. They never talk from personal experience. And even if some will try to cap like they're talking from personal experience, but it's kind of funny. They always have some cartoon avatar. They never show their face. They never show their own shit. Because there was a content creator who said this. I ain't gonna call his name because then people, when you call one, say one thing, and I don't got no issue with this particular content creator, but then people focus on some other shit and that's the issue. So I ain't gonna call his name, but he said it. Some dude who really think he look good, he gonna show his pictures. He gonna show it. You know, there might be some exceptions to that, but the most dudes, I say the overwhelming majority of dudes who think they look good, think they fine, handsome, they gonna show their picture one place or the other. They gonna show something. They gonna show their body. They gonna show their face if they think they look good. Even if they don't, if they think they do, they gonna show it on a consistent basis. And you get some guys, they'll try to cap and say, oh no, it's not that, but they don't show themselves. You notice that. They want to believe that. They can't speak from personal experience. But I know from personal experience, I know from seeing others. You got your body right, you're going to get some. Women going to get turned on. All you have to do is just blow it at that point. And it's really just part of a natural blueprint. It's a primal thing. So, you know, get that body right. Seriously. And in fact, I'm going to tell you what. I still got to do some more formal research, and I got to go Professor Rom do some more formal research. But I have a hypothesis that I need to really examine, that one of the biggest problems that we're having in relationships now, men aren't in the same physical shape that they were maybe 20 years ago. You know, someone in my inner circle had talked about, you know, they have done some studies, and like I said, I got to do like some formal research to really look at those things, and so before I give a definite conclusion. But men back in the day were just in better physical shape. I mean, I could say that from empirical evidence. Empirical means what you can see right in front of you, but I need to look into more, see if anybody else has studied that. But that's one of the things. One of the things as men aren't in the same physical shape they might have been in 30 years ago, a generation ago, because more men had to work and more men were playing sports. We had to go outside and play. We went outside and played and were playing sports all day. We were in better physical shape collectively. So I have to really sit back and check on that. I got to formally check on that, do a real research into that. So right now it's a hypothesis that that's a major issue. I don't know for sure. I have to do some real studying. Yeah, I can say it empirically, but you know, I want to come with, okay, here are the studies. Here's what we got, have charts and everything. And I might or might not do that. That'll be something like when I have free time. I actually do. One of the fun things I like to do is doing some formal research, but I gotta start looking into it more and more. But anyway, body game, yo. Bottom line. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Well, that's all I have for right now. Well, honestly, usually that'd be it for today. Usually I do my main video that was recorded like last week, and then when I do like the smartphone couch video, that's like right that day. So anyway, body game, y'all. Body game nation. So y'all have a great day. Peace and many blessings.